Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we will compare two mid-range phones, the new Moto G5 Plus with the Honor 6X. So these two phones are priced below the 15,000 pricing in India, and they come with a really good specification, and they both are really known for their camera abilities. So in this video we'll do a detailed comparison of these two phones and see which is a better value for money device, and also where these two devices excel in their feature list. So without any further delay, let's get started. First step, let's see the design and the build quality. So in terms of the design aspect, you could see both are metallic unibody construction and feels pretty premium, and both have matte finish rear panels and actually look pretty good for the pricing it is being offered at. We have tapered edges for the Honor 6X, while it is again a curved rear panel and looks quite good for the Moto G5 Plus as well. Now holding the device, both are pretty good and solid devices. You could see that the Moto G5 Plus is a bit smaller than the Honor 6X, even though the screen size is smaller on the Moto G5 Plus. The sizing, the overall size doesn't feel that big on the Honor 6X. The tapered edges on the Honor 6X gives a really good feel altogether, and the Moto G5 Plus is also really good in terms of the build quality. It's made of aluminium and feels really premium. So both these devices have good aspects in the design elements. So it's a personal choice on whether you like the Moto G5 Plus design or the Honor 6X, because you could see both have slight camera projections on the rear panel. We have a dual camera setup on the Honor 6X, while it's a 12 megapixel f1.7 camera on the Moto G5 Plus. So we would leave it to your viewers to decide which is a better looking device out there. Now let's talk about the display. So here we have a smaller display on the Moto G5 Plus. It's a 5.2 inch Full HD 1080p resolution display, while on the other hand the Honor 6X comes with a 5.5 inch Full HD 1080p display. Now there is a difference in display quality. The display quality on the Moto G5 Plus feels a bit more vivid and sharper when compared to the Honor 6X. You could see that the pixels per inch is more on the Moto G5 Plus, and also it's more vivid and sharper than the Honor 6X. And also there is no protection offered on the Honor 6X, while on the Moto G5 Plus there is a Corning Gorilla Glass protection. So in terms of the display aspect, we would say the Moto G5 Plus is the better choice. Now let's talk about the software and the performance. So software wise, we have completely different UIs. One is a stock UI with Android 7.0 and the other one is a completely customized EMUI with Android 6.0. So now let's talk about these two UIs and see which offers better experience. So we have the stock UI on the Moto G5 Plus, which is exactly the same what you see on the Google Pixel devices, no customization whatsoever, and it comes with the stock UI, and you can see the stock notifications and quick toggles. No added apps are included other than the Moto app. So Moto app does provide some additional options in the actions, and there's also glance screen notification available on this device. So other than that, it's a plain and stock UI. And if you look at the settings panel, again same stock UI on the settings panel. Now talking about the Honor 6X, so we have EMUI 4.1 on this device. So EMUI is a really custom UI, and you could see the custom notification center. We have custom toggles which are again customizable. There is support for themes, and if you look at the settings panel, it offers additional options like the customization of the navigational bar. There is floating dock, motion control, one-handed UI. So these are some useful app options available in the EMUI, and it's a really feature-rich UI and comes with a lot of additional features, but then it does not have any sort of resemblance with the stock UI. So we would suggest our viewers to decide whether they want the stock and the latest UI, then go for the Moto G5 Plus. But if you want a customizable UI with a lot of themes, wallpapers, icons and other stuffs, then the Honor 6X provides really great customizable UI. Now talking about the performance, we would say both are really good performing chipset. One is a Snapdragon 625 octa-core chipset, which is coupled with 3 gigs of RAM, and also there is a 4 GB RAM variant with 32 GB storage. On the other hand, the Honor 6X is powered by the Kirin 655 octa-core chipset, which is coupled with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. So we have the top end variant of both these devices. Now talking about the overall day-to-day performance, both these devices are really good in terms of the performance. In day-to-day usage, neither of them showed any lags or issues and was responsive to all the tasks it was put to. Now talking about the gaming experience, this is one area where we say the Moto G5 Plus has a slight edge over the Honor 6X, while the gaming experience on the 6X was not really up to the mark. The Moto G5 Plus exhibited slightly better gaming experience. So if you're a person looking for gaming, then our suggestion would be the Moto G5 Plus, and neither of these devices have any major heating issue. Temperature did rise on the Moto G5 Plus, but not by a major margin, just 43-44 degrees, so not much of worrying aspect. So in terms of the overall performance, both these devices are quite good, but in terms of gaming experience, we would pick the Moto G5 Plus. Now let's talk about the other aspect. The call quality and the speaker performance looks decent on both these devices. Here we would say the speaker performance on the Moto G5 Plus was slightly better because it has a front firing speakers when compared to the speaker located at the bottom on the Honor 6X. And the call quality and other aspects looks really good on both the phones. Both are supporting VoLTE in India, and both come with a dual SIM card. We have a dedicated SD card on the Moto G5 Plus, while it's a hybrid SIM card on the Honor 6X. But the advantage is that Honor 6X provides a 64GB storage variant, while it's just 32GB on the Moto G5 Plus. Now other than that, let's talk about the fingerprint scanner. So we have a fingerprint scanner on the front panel on the Moto G5 Plus, which also can be used as additional buttons if you are disabling the on-screen buttons, and on the Honor 6X it's placed on the rear panel, and the Honor 6X also comes the fingerprint scanner on the Honor 6X also comes with additional features. Say for example, if I just swipe, you can get the notifications, and you can there are some additional options also included. So fingerprint scanner experience is really good on both these phones, and both can unlock the device in really good time. But then if you're looking for the features offered by the fingerprint scanner, the Honor 6X offers much more features than the Moto G5 Plus in terms of the fingerprint scanner experience. Now let's talk about the camera. So this is one area where both these devices are really good, and both come with really great cameras. We have a 12 megapixel camera on the Moto G5 Plus with f-stop 1.7, and we have a dual camera setup on the Honor 6X. It's a combination of 12 and 2 megapixel camera, and we have dual tone dual LED flash on the Moto G5 Plus, while it's LED flash on the Honor 6X. And the front facing camera, we have a 5 megapixel on the Moto G5 Plus, while it's an 8 megapixel shooter on the Honor 6X. Now looking at the camera interface, we would say definitely say the Honor 6X offers much more features and tools. You can see a lot of features are included, while the Moto G5 Plus has a simple interface which provides only professional mode and a basic set of options. So in terms of the interface, definitely the Honor 6X is the choice. Now looking at the camera samples taken between these two devices, it's a really tough choice deciding which is the better camera. You can clearly see that both are equally good in terms of the camera quality, color quality, sharpness levels, and the overall clarity of the photos look really good on both the phones. So we can't really pick a winner out of these two devices in terms of the camera performance. Both in daylight and low light experience, both are quite good. And in terms of the low light experience, we would say the Moto G5 Plus definitely has an edge because of the larger aperture f-stop 1.7. so there is an edge for my Moto G4 Plus in extreme low light conditions, but in well lit conditions both are equally good. And the selfie experience also seems slightly better on the Moto G5 Plus. The color quality was slightly better on the Moto G5 Plus, while it was kind of muted on the Honor 6X. So camera definitely both are equally good. If you're looking for better selfie experience, maybe the Moto G5 Plus is a slightly better option, but daylight shots and the overall camera experience both are equally good. And the Honor 6X also has the advantage that it has dual camera, so you can take really great bokeh photos with the Honor 6X. So that's the camera aspect. So it's a tie in the camera department, and we would suggest our viewers to choose the better camera based on the pictures we have shared. Now next up, talking about the battery performance. So we have a 3000 mAh battery on the Moto G5 Plus, while it's a 3300 mAh battery on the Honor 6X, and the battery performance looks really good on both these devices. And we would say Honor definitely has an edge here because of the additional battery capacity, and its Kirin 655 is a really power efficient chipset and performs really well. And the Moto G5 Plus with the Snapdragon 625 offers really great experience as well. Now another important aspect for the Moto G5 Plus is that it comes with turbo charging. So that means you can charge the battery in less than 1.5 hours, while the Honor 6X does not offer any additional fast charging options. It's a basic charger which is included in the Honor 6X. So now we are talked about almost all aspects, and now which is the better device to buy here? It's a really tough choice because the Honor 6X is priced 12,999 for the 3GB and 32GB storage, and the 4GB storage variant is priced 16,000. So for 16,000 you don't even get the Moto G5 Plus higher end variant because it's priced 17,000. So again 1K difference, and the higher end variant of the Moto G5 Plus offers only 32 gigs of storage, while we have 4GB RAM and 64GB storage on the Honor 6X. So now we'll just sum up where these two devices have the edge. So Moto G5 Plus has a really good premium finishing and great display, excellent software and great camera, along with above average battery life. Now where does the Honor 6X perform? So Honor 6X has a good design and build, a customizable software. It's a really good customizable software, excellent cameras and great battery life, and also the pricing is cheaper. Now the advantage for the Moto is that it will be getting the next software update whenever Google releases it, but that's not confirmed for Honor 6X. And also it has this stock UI, so if you are a person who loves stock UI, then definitely the better choice is Moto G5 Plus. But other than that, we would say the Honor 6X is the better value for money package out there, because you get 3GB RAM and 32GB storage for 13,000, almost 2K cheaper than the Moto G5 Plus, and even the higher end variant is priced 1K cheaper than the Moto G5 Plus. So if you're looking for a phone in tight budget, definitely the Honor 6X wins. But if you want updates and better display along with a great camera, then Moto G5 Plus is also a worthy device. So that was the detailed comparison of these two phones. So hope we have covered all the aspects. In case we have missed any, you can just ask us in the questions, and we'll be glad to help out with your questions. So that's all guys. If you plan to buy these devices, we have the link available in the description of this video. You can use our link and buy the device. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.